All right. My guest today is Lakota Bayya. Thank you very much. Welcome to the channel, Lakota. How you doing,
Yeah,
man?
thank you. I'm doing good. How you doing?
All right, let's get into it, man. What are you in for?
I'm in for robbery, armed robbery with a weapon.
All right, tell me about it. What are you doing?
Uh, I was living a normal lifestyle like everybody, going to job, working. You know, uh, Rent's high out there. It's hard to pay bills. Um, the the check just wasn't cutting it. So this them old ways got back in, and I started just doing the getting in the streets and doing my hustling, and that led to one thing: my addiction. I started feeding my addiction. Um, Started getting heavy into methamphetamines,
Yeah.
pills, pain pills. Just fell off with the family, and decided, hey, need a quick grab of cash, and decided to hold up a convenience store and right about 2 blocks from my house. Probably wasn't the smartest thing, but um,
Getting where you
yeah. So
eat.
that's yep. Never shit where you eat. Yep, don't shit in
Right.
your own backyard.
All right.
Yep.
So now let me ask you this. First of all, did you get caught in the process or afterwards?
Afterwards, about probably about 30 minutes afterwards,
Okay, and how much did you get away with?
about $2,000.
And were you able to keep any of it or they catch you with it?
Oh, yep. That money ended up going on my commissary account about a month later, and I was eating commissary and living good.
All right. Well, I mean, hey, at least you got something to show for it. I mean, like some people, man, they rob some shit and then first of all end up with a couple $100 and then a whole bunch of time and then
Yeah.
and then they get caught with that
Yep.
money. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
so
Well,
okay, so how long you been down on that?
right now, so I've been down 13 years.
13 years. And what did you get for that?
So originally I got four fixed with what would it so eight with eight indeterminate. So
Okay.
I got 12 years.
All right. So you ended up catching some time.
Yeah, I've caught some new charges since I've been in
Yeah.
here. A couple of them.
Yeah. So a whole new case or how did they do that? Whole new beef.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's a whole new felony.
Yeah.
My first one, which was 2019, was a battery on law enforcement, and they gave me 2 years consecutive from my current sentence.
Yeah.
So I had to serve that after my initial 4 years,
Yeah.
and then that 2 years started. So I'm done with that now.
Okay. But so because of that, because of the other little business you got into, then that indeterminate time got added on too. Or no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. So just a fixed time. So my 4 years turned into 6 years,
Okay. But
but
you
my indeterminate was still the 8 years. Yeah.
but so at one point that 8 years you still had a possibility of getting out sooner, but that got fucked off too.
Well, so yes, I actually just last year, or no, it's been two. I've been at administrative segregation as of right now to a little over 2 years, a little over 2 years, and so let's say 2024, the middle to end of 2024, I was transferred from maximum security to medium security on a tentative parole date that I self-initied on because they full termed me. I self-initied. I
Wait,
transferred
wait,
to do
explain that.
programming.
Explain that, because I'm from
Sorry.
California, so I don't, I have no idea. You're speaking a foreign language to me right now.
Okay. So my initial sentence,
Yeah,
I had caught the new charge, so they flopped me. So when I went to my parole hearing, they said, okay, because of your extensive violence in your behavior, we're going to ask you to top out, which means they wanted to complete my whole sentence before I can get out. I had no chance to see parole.
Oh,
I wasn't eligible for parole.
yeah.
I had to finish my whole sentence, and so I had a the requirement was to ask for a self-initiation. You have to be at least a year DOR free.
Wait. Now,
You have
self-initiation
to
means what?
self-initiation means that they will allow me to
Gmail,
go in front of the
Uber
parole
Eats.
commission again
Okay. All
before
right.
my sentence is up.
Okay. All right. So go ahead. And then
So
what?
so I completed that. I give them about 16 months with no write-ups, no nothing, no disciplines, and then I submitted it while I was in AdSeg, but I was being referred at AdSeg to go back to general population.
Hmm.
So when I hit general population, I got the paper back, and they accepted my self-initiation. So they approved me to go in front of the parole commission again.
Hmm.
So um, so that same year, I went in front of the parole commission, and they asked me what's changed, like what reason do you think that is different from now, why we should be out, or that you think we should see you. And
Yeah.
I explained to them, that this has always been my way of life, and that I'm starting to see that I'm starting to mature. I'm having a change of heart, and I feel like that because I blew my first opportunity, that this gives me more reason to try harder this time, and I may be successful, but I would at least want to try, and then if not, that's on me.
Yeah.
And so um, they accepted me. They gave me a parole date. I sat here for about 2.5, 3 more weeks. They transferred me to another institution. Um, and then that's where I started to do my classes, which are mandatory of 3 classes: a TFAC, Savisa, and art, which is like anger management, substance abuse, and like relapse prevention. So like uh, really the anger for like my violent charge, right? Because I got a
Yeah.
violent charge, substance abuse in the process, and I had to complete those 3 classes before I could be released. I was
Hmm.
already eligible to be released, but
Oh,
if I didn't, yeah, but if I didn't complete those classes, then I can't be released.
yeah.
So, um, yeah, so then during that process, I made it all the way to where we signed my papers and everything. I was supposed to be released August 28th, um, and I just so happened to get into another altercation that with a weapon, um, and it my parole date went right away.
Right. Okay. So how long ago was that?
So that was uh, 2024 of I want to say about around my birthday, right around May. I want to say right around May.
Okay.
That's when it started.
Oh, so that was recent.
Yeah, just recently. Yeah.
Okay. So, are you still with the function, or are you trying to stay out of the bullshit, or what's up?
Oh no, I'm always with the function. But
Represent.
I'm trying to calculate and be smarter about things because
Yeah.
I was putting everything out in the open. I was like, I wasn't really trying to be cautious or get away with it. I was
Yeah.
like, nah, like I wanted to make it known, like this is who I am, this is what I do, this is what I'm about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you, you know, and so now I'm trying to like be more pro-social and be more
Mm.
like, okay, look, like, all right, well, you got me this time, but when it's my turn, you know what I mean? And it's like, all right, I'm gonna wait. I'm trying to humble myself and be more patient to where it's like, all right, well, normally this thing I would be like, all right, well, we got to go. But now I'm like, I sit back and I'm like, logically, I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, this ain't really that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really not that serious.
Right.
And so I have definitely mentally grew stronger in a sense to where like I could take on more. before
Yeah.
I was just hateful. I didn't care if you looked at me wrong. I was getting off on you if you
Yeah.
said the wrong thing to me, if you know what I mean, and you bumped into me or whatever. There was no talking about it, you know, and so but I mean it's a I can't really say much because I've been
Yeah.
bunkered down in AdSec since that last incident, so I haven't really interacted with anybody to find out if I am capable of doing that or not. But mentally, I
Right.
feel like
Right.
I can.
Well, hey, you know what,
You know what I mean?
Lakota? I will say that's a step in the right direction, bro. You got to be smart about it. I mean, I'm out here, as soon as I can get a car, like, bro, I go out in public dressed like a square. I don't have, for the most part, I don't have tattoos where people can see them. And as soon as I can afford to get a car, I'm gonna get like either a white or gray Tesla because all I'm trying to do is blend the fuck in. It's all camouflage. I don't want no cops looking twice at me, nothing, bro. I'm trying to be square, like at
Yeah.
least give the appearance of a square as much as possible. When I start speaking,
I 100%. Yep.
yeah, when
I
I start
100%
speaking and I
understand.
start moving though, then people are like, ah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I'm just
Yeah.
standing there being quiet, I can kind of maintain that square appearance, man.
Yep.
So, where you from out there,
Absolutely.
man?
So I'm originally from Portland, Oregon.
Hmm. That's where
Uh,
you grew up?
but yeah, that's where I grew up. That's my stomping grounds right there. Um, but out here in Idaho, I fell out here in Pocatello. Um,
How'd you get to Idaho?
so yeah, I think that's southeast from Boise.
No, I'm saying, how did you
Um,
get there though? What made you go there?
so I was actually on the run, um, and for felony possession of 14 pounds of marijuana.
Huh?
And at the time, me and my girlfriend were actually trying to just get away from that.
Mm.
And so we were actually, our wedding was saying we're actually going to get married. So we're like, okay, well, it just so happened to work out that uh, my aunt, my mom's sister, had been living in Montana at the time, and her health was downhill. She was on her last minutes. She was ready to go,
Yeah.
and so we came out to Idaho, and my mom was going to come by herself, and I was like, it was a perfect opportunity for me, and plus I backed my mom up, so I said, hey, look, I'll ride with you. We'll go out there, we'll bury her peacefully, and we'll figure out from there. And so we came out here. She passed away peacefully, and my mom fell in love with it out here. I don't know. It was a new change. It was something different.
Yeah.
Um,
She don't fuck
and she
around.
just,
She don't live that life, or does
yeah,
she?
my mom is a 100% God fearing Christian woman.
Yeah, that's why she's okay being out there because Idaho incarcerates females at 3 times the national average. You know that, right?
Google. 74
No,
degrees
I
in
did not know
Ashland.
that, but that is interesting facts.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. That's why your mom's okay being out there because she's square, bro. She ain't living that life. Otherwise, bro,
Yeah,
any female that's out there living that life, I'm like, get the hell out of Idaho now. Yeah, bro.
yeah, yeah,
They'd have to bring the rate of incarceration down by like fucking I think it's like 66% or something like that just to meet the national average, bro. It's insane. And it's mostly drug charges.
I know that. I know that. I know that. On the flip side of that, I know that Idaho is pretty tentative about their crimes and their incarceration rates and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, what you're diving into, that's new news in my ears, and I'm telling you, like, I love knowledge. Like that's all knowledge to me, and I know
Yeah.
that you know what I mean. So I love hearing it. I did not know that though. That is
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
um
And
that,
not only that they're incarcerating them at a rate 3 times the national average, but the amount of time that they're, bro. I mean, like I interviewed one chick. She got caught with like 2.5 pounds of crystal, and she ended up with like 30 fucking years, bro. It's insane. Like you get caught something like that out here. I mean, it's you ain't getting nothing like that, man. You end up with a couple years, and that's not to say. that California is soft on crime, but it's like, you know, keep the shit in perspective. Like she wasn't out there killing nobody or nothing like that, bro. And she, I mean, yeah, the sentences they're handing out are insane.
It's that's what I'm saying. I've seen guys come here for possession charges get anywhere from 7 to 15 years, and I've seen people touch and molest little kids and get 2 years.
Right. Yeah. And that's the other thing too that they were saying. So the fact about the incarceration rate, I looked that up online, but you know, as far as the different charges, I've heard that from a lot of the same girls, the girls that I've been interviewing. They're like, yeah, they're in here for baby killers and you know, stuff like that. They're getting way less time than if you're using drugs. That makes no sense to me, man. So, all right, moving on. How was your childhood, man? You said, you were with your mom. What happened with your, what's up with Pops? He not in the picture or what?
Yeah, he passed back in 2008. Cancer. He uh he was he lasted about 2 years. He lasted about 2 years, and on the mark that they said that it was time. That's about the time that he went.
Yeah.
Um, him and my mom, they've been. He never, you know, what I mean, I mean, like, I'm the one. So there's 8 of us, right? And so I got 4 brothers on my mom's side. I got 4 brothers on my dad's side.
Oh shit.
Um, and 1 sister on my mom's side. Well, 2 sisters, but one's like she's an adopted sister.
Okay.
Uh, so I'm the only son that ever my dad ever raised. But when I was younger, him and my mom. My dad was a heroin addict, pill addict, alcoholic.
Mm.
So he did his little incarceration time at the time, but they had divorced. He was really abusive, you know.
Uh,
So him and my mom had been separated since I was born,
oh,
and
okay.
so
Okay.
I didn't really get to know my dad until I was about like 6 or 7 years old,
Uh, and how was you guys'
and then I was all the way
relationship?
up in. Oh, from then all the way till I was 14, we did everything together, man. He taught me everything. He taught me everything I know.
Well, he had
Yeah, he was good.
his faults as a man, but as a father, he wasn't too bad, huh?
No, no, he was really good to me, and that's why my one of my brothers was able to stabilize himself and forgive him because like okay, like you're not a bit of my dad, but you raised my little brother, and I respect that, you know.
Okay.
So
All right.
he edged up. He cleaned up. You know, he became a good man. He was always a good man. He just in his younger days he had his rough times. You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so but yeah, he gave me a good life. He was a good dad to me. Yeah.
So your mom pretty much raised you, or do you have stepdads or anything like that, or what?
I have had a couple stepdads. But my mom generally it was me, just me and my mom. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was kind of in similar situation. How'd you do in school? Did you have any kind of learning challenges or anything like that?
Yeah, I struggled in math. Math was always my hardest.
Okay.
I used to get straight A's all the way up
Mm.
until about the 6th grade, and then I made it to the ninth grade, and that was the last grade I touched down on.
What happened then? What happened? Shit just took a left. You started hanging with the
Well,
wrong
that's
crowd,
that's
and
that's the same. That's the same year. That's the same year my dad passed away,
oh,
and I just found some. I just went to what everybody else does. I grew up.
yeah.
So I grew up on a reservation. I'm native. I'm native actually. So I grew up on a reservation.
I was curious
So
about your name.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
Are you Lakota? Are
um,
you actually Lakota or not?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right.
My grandma, she's Sioux. So I'm part Filipino and I'm part Native.
Okay,
And
okay.
so yeah, but so we live that res life, and we just
Yeah,
we just drink and we just do the most, and we don't
it's doing the most, huh?
we just run around like little hellions.
Yeah,
So so that was my downfall. It was really really the pressure and the pain from losing my dad. That was like
yeah.
it just you know what I mean.
Well,
And so
that's a tough age to lose a dad. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. You know, I didn't have mine
yeah.
really at all in my life. Couple couple little occasions. So did you feel like you made friends pretty easy, or you feel like you were an outcast or what?
Oh no, I wasn't one of those jocks or whatever, but
Yeah, but you
everywhere I
had your
went,
crew.
everybody loved all my all my friends' parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, they all love me. Like, oh, is Lakota coming over today? Like all
Yeah.
my teachers, I was the teacher's pet. All the teachers love me. They're like, oh, he was the sweetest boy. He was the most handsome boy, and like,
Yeah.
yeah, yo.
That's right. You got any kids?
So, my daughter passed away last year, July 7th.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Um,
What happened?
she, she would have been 18 this year, and then she died from a car accident, and then
Oh.
yeah, and then I also um, had an old affair turn up from around the time of before my incarceration, so about like 2011. um, it would have happened, it would have took place. But apparently I have a son, his name is Zayden,
Mm,
and he's born December 12th of 2012.
mm.
So um so he's 13 now.
Wait, you said he was born
Currently,
December 12th?
yeah.
So his birthday is 12/12/12, his birthday?
Yep. Yep.
That's what's up. Okay. So given the fact that you said apparently I have a son, I'm guessing you guys ain't got much of a relationship, huh?
Well, so she put me in contact, but then she pulled back, and then but we never had a paternity test. There's never been, like, I'm not on his documentation. Like, if you were to look at him and talk to him, you'd be like, yeah, that's your son, dude.
Yeah.
And but legally speaking, there's not ever been no thing. But she
Did she
she's
put you on
raised
a
him.
birth
She's lost him a
certificate?
few times. No, but I've tried to get her to do that. But she she's an air duster. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
she
no.
yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. That took me a second because I was like,
So
what? But yeah, I get it. Yikes. Oh, that's bad business right there.
yeah, she's real rough around that area, and
Yeah.
like I said, she's all the way out in Texas. She did put us in contact. He did get meet my sister and stuff like that, some of my family, but she she's not consistent, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's not. She says it's a priority for me and him to communicate, but she makes no way to make that possible.
Right. Well, I mean, it kind of sounds like she's got her own little issues to deal with. So, I mean, it's
Yeah,
not
she
excusable,
definitely.
but it's understandable to a certain extent.
Yeah.
How much you said? Okay, so let's say if you managed to not catch any more time, how much time you looking at having left right now?
So, um, I just got with this other new charge I just caught for aggravated battery um, with the weapon. I actually initially the guy had to take a hospital trip, so
Uh,
I
did they life flight him or they just took him in an ambulance or what? Top car?
no. So what it was, it had been a razor blade, and
Ah,
I had cut his face, his neck, and different areas of his body,
but not any
and
arteries or
so no,
anything.
no,
Mm.
nothing severe.
Yeah,
And so I was going to court on it, and I pled not guilty, and they were not offering me a deal. They didn't offer me a plea bargain the whole time,
yeah,
and so I took it all the way to trial. And at my sentencing, the prosecutor asked to give me 30 years. He asked to
yikes.
give me 20 years fixed, 10 years indeterminate to run consecutive for my sentence.
Yeah,
Um, and so the judge overruled that sentence and stuck me with uh, an initial 10 and a consecutive 10 years,
uh,
which would be 5 consecutive from my current sentence.
okay.
So
Oh, hey, the thing's about to cut
I've
off. Call right back.
yes, I will. Um,
But go ahead and finish
so
what you're saying.
so I've already I'm done with my robbery charge.
Yeah.
I was supposed to top out this year. I would have been done with that. So now I'm doing time for this new charge.
Okay. All right. We'll leave it right there. Call it back. Okay.
Hey,
So
we're
you were
back on.
saying, yeah. Okay. So how much time are you looking at having left right now?
Let's see, it'd be little little under 3 years before I can go in front of parole.
But that's not a guarantee.
It's about a 60, it's about a 60-40,
Okay.
60 being good.
All right. So, I mean, that's not a whole lot of time left. It's such that you turn four into a whole lot more. But I mean, you're still young, and the important thing is at least you got an opportunity to get out there and maybe get a relationship going on with your son. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, you said meth was your drug of choice. How you doing with that now? You having any struggles with it, or you say fuck it, I ain't trying to
So
quit,
it
or
wasn't. So it wasn't initially. Initially, it was just weed. I
yeah.
just smoke weed and and drink. You know what I mean?
Go ahead. What are you saying?
So I'm trying to remember where we were at right here.
With regard, you said you didn't start out as a meth addict per se. You started out with weed.
Yeah, I just weed and liquor, weed and liquor, weed and
Yeah,
liquor. I didn't dive into the meth until I was about 16, 17.
yeah. And you fell
My
in
whole
love or
family did.
what?
I watched my Yeah, I watched my sisters do it. I watched my sister do it. My brothers do it. I watched all my homies, all
Oh,
my friends do it. Yeah, I grew up around it my whole life.
okay.
Needles, heroin, you name it, whatever. Um, and so once I got that first big cloud, I mean, it was game over after that.
Yeah, and you were a
Um,
smoker. That's part of it too, because I used to be a smoker too, and I know it's not just the drug, bro. It's everything around it. The hanging
oh,
out and clowning
yeah,
people for holding the pipe too long and seeing who could blow out the biggest club.
yep.
It's a fucked up situation, bro, because it's not just the drug that gets you; it's everything around it.
Nope, yep. It's about fucking, yep, exactly.
Yeah,
And so, so I've dibbled and dabbled with it a few times since I've been incarcerated.
yeah.
Um, but it hasn't been. It hasn't been. It's been. I mean, the last time was. When was that, Eli? When was the last time?
Good old
It was. It
Eli,
was.
he knows.
Yeah, yeah. That's my buddy right here. He was my. He was. We was in A block together when we came out of AdSeg.
Yeah.
Uh, it was. What was it? Beginning of 2024. Yeah, about the beginning of 2024. That was the last
Okay.
time.
All right, that's good. That's pretty good. So you feel like
Yeah.
you trying to give it up
Oh, I don't need
altogether,
it. Yeah,
or
I don't need it. Yeah, I don't
yeah,
need it. No, it's not. I'm not addicted to it.
it's a fucking money waster, man. More than anything, that's my problem with it. It just don't even serve any good purpose.
And it's not even. It's not even. It's not even good these days. It's not even. Don't even.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. I've
And
had
you got
a
to worry
couple.
about. We got to worry about that other stuff being in it, and then you got to worry
Yeah,
about making a trip to the hospital and
right. Yeah,
or to
yeah.
the
It's
cemetery, to the
right.
mortuary.
Oh, it's ugly,
Yeah.
man. All right. So with everything that you've gone through, I'm imagining at some point in your life you had some mental health struggles you had to deal with, huh? How you doing now?
Yeah. So I tried getting on some medication. I just that never sat right with me. I was too prideful for that. Mentally, like it has it has really really done me in. It's like and so I was definitely up against a battle that I didn't think I would ever come out of.
Yeah,
Um, with just being locked up, the drug use, the anger, the depression, it was just an emotional roller coaster.
yeah,
Um, but only me myself. I mean I've just found ways to alternate around that to be like to find ways to cope and like manage that versus being an addict or being just a whatever, you know.
Yeah. So you feel like you're doing a little bit better now. You're in a better headspace.
Oh, I'm in an amazing headspace.
Ah,
I could not be in a better one. Yeah,
that's what's
I'm
up, man. That's right. That's good
I
shit.
this shit is nothing to me no more. Like I this I'm way I'm way past a lot of that. You know what I mean? And it's only getting better as I go because
Yeah.
they say, you know what they say, progress is
Gmail,
success. You
no
know, and then what they
reply.
say, minor setback for a major comeback. So those
Yeah,
two
that's
things right
right.
there are my.
All right. Let's see if we can get to the rest of it. So I was telling you what I was going to say was another saying that I've heard is it's not a setback, it's a setup for a comeback. I like that one.
It's not a setup. It's a setup for a comeback. I like that.
It's not a setback, it's not a setback, it's a setup for a comeback. So okay, so when you get out, once you get out of the hole, you plan on trying to seek out any kind of vocational or college or anything like that once you get out of the hole, or
So
do they even offer that?
I got my GD
Right.
since I've been in here.
Okay.
I
Hey, and I
do.
seen,
I've
and
got
that ain't
like
nothing. That ain't no light task either, bro. Because I seen, I got my GED in '94, bro. I seen the shit that they got to do now for their GED. Holy shit, bro. There ain't no way out of task. There ain't no way. It's crazy.
yeah
So yeah,
yeah
congratulations, man. That's good stuff. I'm glad for you.
yeah, and so I do these. We have this Edovo thing.
Yeah, yeah. On
Um,
the tablets.
where you can yeah. So
Yeah,
like I've got like 12 certificates on there for family, uh, being a parent, let's see, like anger,
yeah,
drug use, um, being emotionally distressed or whatever. I mean,
yeah.
I went through a lot of the courses.
That's what's
Um,
up. Yeah, have you
so
looked at the critical
I'm very,
thinking ones? The courses on critical thinking?
uh, I have done some thinking ones. I can't say it exactly if it's critical thinking, but I've done
Yeah,
ones where like it's like, okay, when this thought comes to mind, stop and pause, think of something different, or like
yeah. So
put
that,
yourself in a different scenario. Okay,
so
remove yourself from prison. Think if you're on
yeah,
the ocean or
yeah.
whatever,
So
um,
those are, I
stuff
mean,
like that.
I understand the things that you're talking about, but those are kind of like, they're kind of like band-aids. You know what I mean? The problem don't go away.
No,
It's
they
just
are.
a matter of, it's just a matter of kind of dealing with it in the moment so you don't do anything drastic. But I would say for sure, if you get a chance, develop your critical thinking skills, man, because the critical thinking skills are paramount, bro. They'll override the need for any of that shit, bro. You won't, because you'll be able to, in the moment, you'll be able to look at it and evaluate it and come to a proper assessment about what to do in the moment rather than be, like in addiction, they have this thing called urge surfing, which is like those urges are a wave and you just got to ride that wave and understand that eventually that wave will dissipate. And it makes sense. It's good for dealing with something in a moment, but what happens in the next moment or the moment after that? You know what I mean? So that's where the critical thinking comes in because then it kind of, to a certain extent, eliminates the need for those little temporary band-aids. What about what do you do for fun in there, man? You do anything? So being that you're native, you do any kind of beadwork or anything like that?
No, I haven't. But real quick to spin back on the um programming and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Where I'm at, actually, let's just say like this: the state of Idaho does not provide the best educational relapse
opportunities.
prevention is
Yeah,
to incarcerated inmates.
right.
Their their rehabilitation is way down here,
Yeah, and
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 so
you know what? I want to speak on that because so this is one of the reasons that I'm making this channel. I don't. I'm not an activist. I'm not going to get into all the politics and start writing the congressman. That's not the part that I play. But what I'm doing here is trying to inform, like help you guys tell your story and inform the general public who have not been justice impacted about exactly these kind of issues, man. Because, if they're not providing you guys with easy opportunities for rehabilitation and education, they're essentially making it easier for you to stay as the same person that you were when you got locked up. So if you're the same person that you were when you got locked up, why wouldn't you then go out and do the same things that you were doing back then? You know what I mean? So this is something that needs to change. California has actually been making a lot of inroads toward progressing and making opportunities for education and rehabilitation a lot more available, even to people that are in ad seg and all that. And that's one I got to give California props for that. And because in Idaho, I know I've heard the same thing from other people too, that there's just not a lot of opportunities for that, man. So if anybody watching this channel, anything you can say, anything you could do, please do. Please speak up.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's one of the biggest things that's like being in here is that the services are very low rated. So like your likelihood of returning back to society and reoffending is higher
Right.
than than normal places. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
um, so to be honest, I've never really received proper treatment or services that prepare me to get out. Honestly,
Yeah.
so the only thing that does that is myself, me
Right.
as a person,
Right.
and so so my thing is that like you said, that too. Those are all band-aids. Those are not indeterminate things to look forward to in the future that are progressively going to help me uh, conquer a job or succeed in society or be successful or be
Yeah.
a businessman or be a good parent or whatever.
Yeah.
Really, ultimately, that's on me. That's for me to decide to be that kind of person. But
Yeah.
these things are not. Now, if I was to get out and go to some type of treatment center, inpatient treatment center, and be able to have a therapist and have one-on-one sessions and stuff like that, then I can gain access to that. Okay, this is the things I need to work on. These are the things I struggle with.
Yeah.
But being in administrative segregation, um, I mean, I could request to talk to a clinician, and that clinician's probably
Gmail,
not going to come
no
for a week or
reply.
2 weeks. I could.
YouTube Music, new release for you.
It's very
TI, Kill the King.
uncommon to receive any type of attention at any degree back here
Yeah.
because it's always like, oh, 1 minute, or we're busy, we can't do this, or we got to pull you out of your cell, like, and it's
Yeah.
just a lot of movement and whatever. So returning back to GP, there's not really that out there either, and so they have like, as of right now, they have an incentive, two incentive walks, and so you have to be uh, 60 days in general population, no write-ups, no nothing to make it to incentive walk. And then they have the option that you can make it to ENG, which is the workers unit, but then you have to go another 30, 60 days. But in all fairity, majority of the people that make it to those incentive walks or um, to the worker unit, to the ENG unit, are people who are, I mean, I what we say snitching. So
I knew it was coming. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean? They're
Well,
the ones that are telling on everybody
yeah.
and playing victim, like, oh, I never did anything. I'm not a bad person, when they're
Yeah.
literally just doing the same shit that they're telling on everybody else for.
Yeah. And you know what? And that's one of the
And then they're
things.
like,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
oh, well, this is our time now. This is our meal ticket. So
Yeah.
now we can do our families and fuck everybody else. Now we can think about ourselves, but they never really earned it. You know what I'm saying? They never
Yeah.
really earned that chapter in their life to be there. They
Yeah.
kind of got there in a sleazy way. And so me personally, I've never believed in that. I'm a man. I'm a man of what I say and what I do, and I just feel like I shouldn't have to burn somebody else or put somebody else down just to make myself better. And
Right.
so I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not. If it don't come to me and I don't earn it, then it's not for me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go out of my
Yeah.
way to do that just to get
Right.
what I want in life because it don't mean that much to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not that important to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. And I mean, I would say for the most part, I think you're justified in your thinking. What I will say is this. Um, you kind of, now I'm not into sports, but I'm gonna use a kind of a sports metaphor, right? If you imagine yourself as a football player, but you're stuck inside of a baseball game, right? So you can keep
Yeah,
on playing football if you want because you know that's what you're good at, but it doesn't change the fact that you're stuck inside a baseball game. So no matter how good you are at football, you're going to lose every time. Now that don't mean, I'm not saying, oh, start doing what they
no,
do,
you're
but
you're
I would
you're
say,
you're right.
yeah, I would
Yeah, you're
say
right.
try to
Yeah,
figure out a way where you can kind of find that balance of taking advantage of certain opportunities that are available to you, but do it in a righteous way. You know what I mean? You just got to figure it out.
yeah,
You're smart enough.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, all right. So you got any kind of specific plans for the future? You said hypothetically speaking that you might engage in like you like tattoo work, huh? You got any plans on being an artist when you get out or doing anything like that?
Yeah. Well, if I would have made it to the initial time that I was supposed to, I have a friend out there, very successful right now. He is killing it, man. He had an opportunity to go to prison, either go to prison or turn his life around, and he chose to turn his life around. And
Okay.
he's not a square or nothing like that. He's still, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
Sims. You know what I mean? He's still there, but he has obligations to fulfill. You know what I mean? He has kids
Yeah.
he has to take care of. Um,
He's
and
got his
so he
priorities
went to
straight.
college. Yeah, he went to college and got his barber's license
Okay.
and got a business license on top of that. And he's just out there killing it, man. He's advocating for people. So he was gonna he was he was getting a barber's unit set up, and on top of that, he was gonna provide and basically just give me the whole layout and support me to do the same thing and
Okay.
basically try to run some type of tattoo business.
Yeah.
And um, of course, I fell short of that, but
Mm.
um, I would love to own my own shop. I would love to, um, I love to tattoo. I love artwork. I love drawing. I love cutting hair. I mean, I'm a jack of all trades. I mean, you put it in my hands
Yeah.
and I can do it, you know?
So where
And
where are
so,
you gonna go? Where are you gonna parole to?
well, honestly, probably, home, home, you know what I mean? Eventually I'm going to make my way home,
Yeah. I
but
mean, we talking about Oregon or where?
yeah, yeah, back to Oregon. Yeah.
But you gotta be on parole somewhere else
Google.
first or what?
74 degrees in Ashland.
No, so I can interstate compact,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So
which is like a
Oregon,
thousand
where?
bucks.
Where specifically?
Probably Newport on the coast.
Newport. All right. So anybody in
Yep.
Newport, your boy is coming home in a
Yep.
few more years. Anybody out there that wants to help this justice impacted individual get a better start on life? He wants to open up a tattoo shop. He's ready, willing, and able, man. Anybody that can provide an opportunity, please reach out. Show him some support, show him some love. Your contact information is going to be in the description below. So anybody wants to reach out to Lakota, please do. Um, but that's good, man. At least you got your sights set on something better, man. That's a good thing, man. And because you know what, I'll tell you what, Lakota, I met a lot of different people, bro, and there's people that say, oh, no one should be in prison. That's a lie. There's some people, they should never fucking get out of prison, straight up. I wouldn't want them anywhere on the streets at all. You don't seem like one of those people, man. So it's good. It seems like, you might be having your little struggles here and there, but for the most part, I say it seems like you're on a better path, man. And that's a good thing. So tell me this.
No,
If, go ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, go ahead.
I definitely I look out for my people. I was definitely raised from the bottom of the bottom. I'm not saying
Mhm.
the worst. I didn't have the worst upcoming,
Yeah.
but I definitely seen my I see definitely see my fair share.
Mhm.
I carry a lot of weight, not just my own weight, but my family's weight, my friends, just life itself.
Yeah.
Um, I I believe in myself. I haven't for a long time, but I started to.
Mm.
Um,
That's
I
important.
know what I'm capable of doing. I know my weaknesses. I know my strengths. Um, um, my biggest downfall is probably just loyalty,
Mhm.
betrayal. I feel like I give a lot. I feel like I put my heart on the line. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I feel like I give a lot, and I feel like people just it's never enough for people. And I love to help my friends. I love to. I mean, I tell my friends all the time. I've held those positions where I'm that guy. You know what I mean? And I'm always spitting knowledge to them. I'm always trying to bring them up, and they're like, "Man, why you telling me this? You do the same shit. Like, why are you trying to change my life? Why are you trying to make me better?" I'm like, because you have a chance. Like, I blew my chance. You have a chance. And I don't want you to be like me. I don't want you to be sitting in that courtroom facing 20, 30 years for something
Yeah.
that you did in prison. I want you to get out and live life. There's a chance that I might not make it out before my mom passes away, and I'm not gonna get those final moments.
Oh
And
man.
I got to live with that the rest of my life because of
Yeah.
choices that I made. And I don't want you to make those same mistakes. You're not like me. You are
Yeah.
not built like me. You are not. You have good family. You have good parents.
Yeah.
You have a good support line. You are not like me. This life is not for you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
give that to me and give yourself the opportunity to be what you really are, and don't be sitting here trying to counteract who you are because you're around people and you want to show off and you want to be
Right.
a part of something. And that's what a lot of it is. And so I'm always spitting that knowledge to people. And I'm like, there's one thing I'll share with you. Somebody had told me a long time ago, and I wish I had recognized it before, but there was a moment when somebody told me, get out. You'll never know you like it if you don't get out. If you don't like it out here, you can always go back.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, man. I was like, that is so. Um, I'll make my way that way too. Um, my bad. I'm sorry, bro.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
So basically, what I was just getting at is that no matter how I've defined myself or lived my lifestyle, I have never put that on anybody else. I never put it on the people I love, my relationships. It's always it has an effect, right? But it impacts me, and so I've always tried to teach my youngins and even older guys in the older generations. I was always taught by my OGs that you always have to spit knowledge, right? But at the same time, you have to walk what you talk, right? So
Right.
if I hadn't done the things that I've done and lived the life that I live, I really can't speak on it. I can't speak on anybody else's life. But because I know that when you live in that whirlpool and you continuously walk through that threshold, you have to stand for something. And so if I can't stand for something in my life, maybe I can make a difference in somebody else's life.
Right.
And
And
so
that's an important point because here's what I'll say, right? If, to anybody that says, oh, well, you didn't live a good life, so what can you say about it? Well, I can tell you what a bad life looks like, and I can tell you what the consequences of living a bad life looks like. I can tell you very clearly what that looks like. So if you want to keep doing what you're doing, here's what you're in for. You know what I mean? So, cause I used to be that way. Well, you didn't, so walk the walk and talk the talk. I get that, but you might not be able to tell somebody what it's like to live a good life, but you can definitely show them the consequences of living a bad life, man. And that's valuable.
and you're right, but I also feel that's a double-sided feature too, because I also feel like you have to go through some things on your own to learn. Like we can point something out to you, but unless you really go through it, you're never really gonna know.
Yeah.
So me, I push the envelope to the limit
Mm.
all day, every day, and so I I like to test, as we would say in our terms. I like to test balls, right? So I like to be like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, how far are you gonna let me get, right?
Yeah.
And then so if I don't find out, I had to learn the hard way, right? That was the only way I would ever learn. People could beat it into my head, could whatever, it just never stuck. I had to learn on my own by going through it and doing it.
Right. Right.
So
I
they're like,
same way. Same way.
so with this time moving forward, I've created a positive mindset for myself that I've been able to reduce all that toxic, like negative, like violent contradictions or mentality, or like, okay, well, this dude, that dude, this person, okay, and plotting on people and scheming. That like now I'm like, you know what? I got to use this,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean. And because now I have opportunities that I didn't have
Yeah.
before because I've earned them.
Yeah.
And the only person that's gonna sabotage that is me.
Yeah.
And I've been I'm 32 years old. I mean I've been doing that a long time, and so it's just it's not adding up. It's not adding up,
The
and
math ain't
my wins
mathing.
and my losses, they're not adding up, man.
Yeah.
And I'm hungry, man. I'm hungry. My pockets are hungry. I'm hungry personally. I'm hungry. Like
Yeah.
want something better. I crave something better. I was out here with one of my partners.
Something meaningful, and to feel like you're
Yeah,
living a
yeah,
purposeful life.
something that I can leave behind, that they're not just thinking of me like, oh, this dude is just a fuck up or an asshole, like,
Yeah.
just running around beating up people or whatever. Like, I was talking to my partner a couple months back, and I was like, look around, dude. I was like, you really think this is the best we can do?
Oh yeah,
This is the
really.
best. This is what we settled for.
Yeah.
We traded. Now, life out there is hard. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
we traded that for this. I
Yeah.
was like, come on, man, come on, man.
Yeah, that's real shit, man.
So
And you know what? And I'll keep it real, bro. I'm still on. Well, it's AB 109. In case you don't know, or anybody don't know what that is, if so now in California, if you go to the pen on a violent charge, you get out on parole. But if you go on a non-violent charge, which my last term was a non-violent term, now you come out on AB 109, which is probation. It's not parole. So, but point being, I'm still on probation myself, and I'm still out here trying to make a better pathway for myself too. But I can tell you this, man, I got forward momentum going, and with the channel, I'm trying to do something positive, and that
yeah,
helps, man, because I feel like that's something meaningful that I'm doing with my life, and the more I do stuff like that, the more I want to keep doing stuff like that, and it gives me momentum to move in that forward direction, man. So I can say you where you're at right now. I mean, like I've been there, bro, and that's a good place to be because it shows me that you're focused on doing something better for, even if you still got your little personality flaws, or you make mistakes here and there. What it tells me is that you got the mind to put yourself in a better place, bro. And that's good stuff. And on that note, I want to ask you, man, is there anything positive you can say about your experience in prison? I mean, you've already said a bunch of stuff that's positive, but anything in particular you want to speak on?
I think my positive experience in prison has been that I've learned more about myself that I never would have known without coming to prison. I feel like it's shaped me into the man I am. It's taught me the value of family. It's taught me the value of friendship, loyalty, respect. Um, and it's just built me into being something that I want to be a better person. And I think that the most positive aspect about it is that I genuinely like never would have I never would have had any sense to care or anything without it. And I just feel like that um, I've helped a lot of people since I've been here.
Yeah.
I've like definitely um, learned a lot. I've learned some educational, vocational. I mean, I've got smart. Like I've got smart. Like
Yeah.
don't let the tattoos blind you, because
Yeah.
behind those tattoos, like I'm very aware. I'm very on.
Yeah.
But I think that the most positive thing really is just that I have really just learned a lot about myself, you know?
Yeah. That's
Um,
right. Hey, man, you know what? I'll tell you what, man. When I caught that 20-year term, brother, that was actually probably the single best thing that ever happened to me in my entire life, bro, because I used that whole term to work on myself, bro. And that tells me you're doing what you should be doing with your time, bro. That's good shit.
well, much respect to you and congrats to you for your progress too. Because I mean, look,
Thank you, bro.
anybody can say it's easy, but it ain't easy, man. And
No,
anybody can
it's
say
not.
they could do it, but it takes a lot of work, man, and it takes time too. It takes time, and not just the time that you did. So imagine all that time that you were incarcerated. You got to give that time back on the streets to get right.
Yeah.
So, like they say, miracles don't happen overnight, but at the same
No.
time, you put in the work and it'll come back to you, whether it's tomorrow, a year from now, or 20 years from now. You will get repaid,
That's
you know.
right.
And so,
Yeah. That's what's
you
up,
know what I'm
man.
saying? So you just, like you said, like, you know, you deserve better, you know, you want better, and the only person that's going to get that is you.
Yeah, real shit. And you know what? And I want to say too, there's this saying that I heard, I could be mistaken, but I believe the quote is from someone named Gloria Steinem. She said the first problem for us all is not to learn, but to unlearn. And that's some real heavy shit when you think about it, because man, you're 32 years old, so up until this point, you're having to not just learn new things, but learn to let go of the old things. And man, that's a difficult process, bro. So congratulations to you for working on
Absolutely.
yourself and staying focused on trying to at least make forward progress, man. That's good shit. What do you think
Not
was
not to
surprise?
get. Oh, go ahead.
No, no, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
You're
Your
good.
interview. No, it's your interview.
Uh,
Go ahead.
not to get into a whole nother concept, but
Yeah.
on the flip side of it too, um, I'm I'm also on working on myself and trying to be and reach my ultimate goals and reach a different level than or height that I'm on.
Yeah.
I also am currently, I'm entangled up in the gang structure, right? Being a gang
Oh,
member,
oh,
um, and so ultimately, like I don't really categorize myself as that. Really, I don't label myself as that, like because it's not. That's the definition of who I was, not really who I am right now, and so
right.
it's something I'm trying to transition out of, like um, in the right way, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
but
So are you able to
really,
do that where you're at? Because I know in California, there wasn't any good way. I've never been involved in gangs. I've always been unaffiliated. But I've seen it enough times where there wasn't any good way for people to extricate from them type of situations, man. Is it possible for you to even do that?
it is. So there's been a big movement recently where a lot of us have came together and we've opened doors and channels for people to use those resources and to try to get out.
Okay.
Um, but that don't require for me as I'm not from this state.
Yeah,
So in Idaho, I don't, as far as politics go, I stand on my own 2 feet.
I got you.
Um, but because of that past reputation, it follows me, right? But as far as I go, I mean, all the people that I know from back home when I came up, they were family men. They took care of the kids. They had a wife. They were married. They had their own house. Like
Yeah,
you don't have to necessarily stop, but you have to improve, right? You have to educate
right.
yourself. You have to help yourself. Right. So I genuinely know who I am, like I said before, and I don't label myself as that. Like I'm not one of those guys that's just like, oh yeah, and this and that sputter or whatever, because I don't have to put that out there. Like if you
Yeah,
know me, then you know what it is.
yeah,
But at the same time, me as a human, me as a grown man and an adult, I have obligations to fulfill, and that is not one of them.
yeah,
That that gang life structure for me has met its end. It's met the end of its journey. It's met its glory. and I am ready to seal that off and put
Yeah.
that away and then never touch it again.
That's good, Lakota. That's
Because
good stuff, man. That's very mature of you. I'm
because
glad to hear that.
if I don't if I don't, then this cycle will continue, and
Yeah.
I will continuously pull myself back into here. And so, me, I want to know who I am as a man
Mm.
without an affiliation. I want to know who
Yeah.
I am as being responsible to be out there and to be able to help or do what I need to do, show up for work on time or whatever. And so, um, ultimately, this is my me time, and my me time means I'm going to take it serious. I'm
Yeah.
dedicated. I'm dedicated to change because I don't
Improving
want
on
this no more.
yourself. Yeah, that's good shit, man.
I don't
That's
want
what's
this no
up.
more.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
So
what do you think would surprise people about prison life?
really, probably the just the way of life, just the having to uh, cooperate with people that genuinely that are just like you or like minded or that um, not authorities based upon authorities, but like um, other inmates, residents, or whatever that a lot of similarities that you're battling the same fight with yourself. So like about maybe who you surround yourself with. That I would also say like um, just the maintaining the walking the prison yard. The food. I mean, that's a big game changer.
Yeah.
You know, having to wash your own laundry. I mean, not having
Yeah.
access to a washer machine.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I think that right there would be surprising for anybody that
Yeah, a lot of people
would.
don't think about they don't it does just doesn't ever occur to them the kind of things that, yeah, we're locked up, but they're like, oh, they're in prison, but they don't think about all the little details that come along with that we have to deal with. You know what I mean? They would have no
Yeah,
understanding of that. Something that surprised I think a lot of people would be surprised about is you can find people in prison, bro, that are kind, that are intelligent, you know what I mean? That
yeah,
are fucking empathetic and sympathetic to the next man, that are helpful, and it's not an act either. You don't now those type of people are kind of few and far in between, but they are in there, and a lot of people probably I think a lot of people will be surprised about how many people would be living good lives had it not been for all the trauma that they've suffered through. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people in prison. They're not evil people. They're not malicious, wicked, evil, harm doing people. It's just they've suffered trauma and
absolutely
it put
not.
them on a bad path, man.
Absolutely not. I think that we are a product of our environments, and I think that it is pain induced. I think that we our structure, we see a lot of things, and we follow the same lineup, and like I think that ultimately, I think that we adapt to those hostile environments of that abuse and that addiction and that constant struggle and running and gunning, and I think that we do that to ourselves ultimately, and I think
Yeah,
that upon coming to prison, you have a choice. You can do right or you can do wrong, and that whatever choice you make, that's what it's going to be ultimately. And I think that you pick to hang out with good people, then
mm,
most likely you'll slide by your time, and you'll be able to make it to worker units and dorms and lower custodies. And if you choose to be a shithead and you choose to be a troublemaker and live that life, then that's all you're going to ever find. That's all you're going to surround yourself off. And so I highly believe that um, our structure that we come from, and just the neglection and stuff, that is a big part of why we choose to hang out with the people that we do, is because we feel like we have that in common with them. We feel misplaced with other people. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
we're like, oh, this guy goes to work. This guy's a square. Like I
yeah,
could be selling drugs, making 10 figures a month compared to what he's making, but then we're on this side, we're watching videos, and we're like, man, that dude's fucking doing it out there. He's got a nice
yeah,
car, he's got a beautiful wife. Like, how do you? And like, oh man, that could have been me, but I was so
yeah,
stuck in my head, and I thought, oh, I had to be a whatever tough guy to
yeah.
get that. No,
Well, and it's not only that, but
so
like you said, being stuck in your head, even if the thought occurs to you try to associate with better people, there's that, for a lot of us, there's that insecurity of knowing that you're fucking gutter. And like, this dude ain't gonna want to hang out with me because he's like on a good path. What the fuck is he gonna want to do with me? So then you kind of stay stuck in that same place just because you feel like, well, they're not gonna accept me, and I don't feel like I belong there. But I mean, ultimately, man, I think it really comes down to your mindset. You know what I mean? If you look at yourself as gutter, then other people will probably view you that way too. But I mean, I know some people out here right now. Like I got a buddy that he's got all kinds of fucking tattoos, but he works at the college and he don't deal with them type of questions about himself. He's just like he's confident. He's like I'm on a better path, and he don't think about what people think about him, whether they're looking down on him or anything like that. And so, I mean, he's doing good for himself, man. Let me ask you this: do you have any especially crazy experiences you can share with our audience?
Do I have, ask that one more time?
Do you have any especially crazy experiences that you can share with the audience? And it could be something you saw, something you did, something inside, outside, whatever, man.
You say crazy?
Yeah, give me something good.
Like crazy, like just like mind blowing. Like wow, really? He just said that?
I mean, what? Just something that you experienced in prison, or you saw it, or whatever.
um, I witnessed a murder happen. I witnessed a murder
Ooh,
happen.
on the yard?
Um, on the rec yard, yeah.
Yeah. What was it about? What happened?
The guy, yeah, a guy got
Dope it?
stomped out. Yeah, he got stomped out. And he just it was a very I don't know. I can't even explain it. It's just one of those
Brutal?
things that yeah, it was definitely a heart throbbing a moment.
Yeah.
The whole room felt. I mean, it just felt cold out there. You felt just like
Yeah.
you're just in a room full of ice. Like you just were
Yeah.
just shocked.
Yeah.
Frozen, and
YouTube,
it
Julie
changed.
Molk. Oh, my
It
accent.
changed the whole
Did you
prison. It
notice?
changed the whole prison, and and honestly, that was probably the most craziest thing I've ever witnessed.
Yeah.
Far as craziest thing that I've ever personally done, um, would probably be uh, getting in a fight and using a weapon and stabbing someone multiple times.
Yeah.
Uh, I did not. It just like a light switch. It just flipped, and I just went into this mode of darkness, and it just overtook me. And um, luckily, that person survived and did not die.
Yeah.
Um, and so that was something that I also had to realize about myself, that I needed to slow down because I was going a little too far.
Yeah. And not only that, do you
That
feel
was a wake
like
up call. That was a wake.
that had a because I know there's been times when I personally have been involved in some pretty violent shit, and you know, it hurt my heart, bro. Like it hurt my heart to do certain things to
Yeah,
certain people. And I mean, a lot of people don't realize for, like I said, there's some people in prison, bro. They need to be in there and they need to never get out, and because they're not affected by them types of things. But
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like people like us, we're more like put in positions that we don't want to be in, and then we do what we have to do, but not because we want to, because we have to. And to a certain extent, even though we might have come out on top and we might have been the one putting out that violence, we're still traumatized by that, bro. I'm still negatively impacted. I didn't want to do that. I had to do that. You know what I mean?
Look, man, you could have not. You just put the icing on the cake. You could not
Yeah.
have said that any better. I'll tell you what. I've never went looking for it, but
Yeah.
when it comes to me, I never back down from it.
Yeah.
And so that has always been the thing, that when that hatch opens and that door gets open, it don't back out now. But I have never been the person that goes looking for problems. I've never
Yeah.
been the person that it's just my way to create out. I hate I hate conflict. I hate drama. I hate confrontation. I hate it.
Yeah.
But when you put me in harm's way, someone I love in harm's way, or someone I care about,
Yeah.
then that's the response you're gonna get from me. And so my stabbings that I've done have been not implicated by me, but from their doing. For instance, just real quick to put it out there that um, the my first stabbing was um, a dude that made comments about fucking my sister from a
Uh,
picture from a photo that he had seen. I was showing a buddy, and
oh.
he made a stupid comment. And oh, who's that? I would fuck her. And I
Yeah.
asked him politely, please don't make comments like that. He decided to, take it upon himself to take it further.
Yeah.
And when it came time, he made it knowing that there was some type of issue. And I
Oh.
told him, I said, look, if you do that, this is what's going to happen. I'm telling you right now, I'm giving you a fair warning. So do what you're going to do. He decided to do it. I kept
Yeah.
my word. I did what I did. Done deal. But I have never been in a fight or anything that I have went out of my way to cause. It's always
Yeah.
been either in defense of myself or in honor of someone that I am close to or care about or loyal to. And
Yeah.
so it's never been um, so that's that like you said though that like when it comes to us, I don't I don't have to put myself to be that person like you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
I will protect myself. I will stand up for myself, and that's
Yeah. Well, and
you know
part of it too is, I mean, in those type of environments, it's even if you personally were like, okay, it's just words, I can let it go as a person, but inside prison, there's certain circumstances. Even if you would be mentally willing to let it go, you can't let it go because of the environment. Because if you do let it go, then you got other consequences you potentially have to deal with, man. So that's a lot. That's
right.
something else that people don't understand is, there's a lot of times, like, some of the time I caught on my term, bro, I caught 2 whole solid years that I couldn't get none of that back because of something I didn't even want to do. I didn't want to involve. I didn't want to involve myself in it. It was somebody else
Absolutely.
bringing it to me, bro. And then I was the one that ended up getting, shoot, I got solitary confinement over that shit, man. So, let me ask you this. What would you say to anybody who doesn't believe you deserve a second chance?
What would I
Gmail,
say to anybody
Redfin.
that got to believe I deserve a second chance?
That doesn't, so if somebody says, oh, Lakota, you don't deserve a second chance. What would you say to that person?
I would look at him and just smile, and I'd just turn away, and I would, and you know what? Hey, thank you. Like I genuinely would not take a hit on it. I genuinely would
Yeah.
be like, all right, because you said that, that gives me more power and more reason to show you different. Like that gives I
Yeah.
love a challenge.
That's
I
right.
love when people back me in a corner and belittle me and make me feel
Yeah.
less than I am. Because that's my time to shine.
That's right.
That is my moment right there. I look for that. I crave that. When
Yeah.
someone doubts me and someone tells me and says I can't be something or I will never be something or I don't deserve something, that is my moment to shine and prove you otherwise. Because you know what? And then I'm gonna see you later and you're gonna be like, what? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, see, I am not what you thought I was. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
So
That's how, and that's a good attitude, man. Because let your haters be your motivators, right? That's what they say, right?
look, I catch a lot of biasness about my face tattoos. Oh, that
Yeah.
person must have been a gang member. Oh, that person must be a violent person. Oh, that person must be a lifetime criminal.
Yeah.
But they don't identify the tattoos as, oh, maybe that means something, or what does that represent, or what does
Yeah.
that resemble, or like they don't justify it by that. They just justify it by, oh, he's in prison, he's probably a bad person, and so.
Yeah.
But I know who I am, and so um, your opinion to me is not going to change my life. You know
Yeah. That's right. That's what's up, man. Okay. So
what I'm saying?
we got 2 questions left, man. Is there anything else that we didn't talk about you want to talk about now?
No, man, I feel like we covered a lot of ground. I'm feeling
We've
pretty
covered a lot
confident
of
about it.
ground now. All right. Anybody want to give a shout
Absolutely.
out to?
Just anybody out there, man. Anybody out there in my situation, or anybody out there struggling, anybody out there going through any addiction, any abuse, females, men, whatever, children.
Yeah.
You could rise above it. You can get through it. There's a way through it. Sometimes you got to reach out for help, man. Sometimes you gotta receive help. Sometimes you can't always do it on your own. But I guess the best thing that I would say is thank you for watching this and thank you for listening. And like I said, if anybody wants to reach out or has any questions or wants to know more or anything like that, feel free to reach out. I'm open minded.
Yeah.
I'm very I'm not secluded. I'm very ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's really it. Yeah.
All right, that's what's up. And your contact information is going to be in the description below for anybody
Google,
who wants to show them
73
support
degrees in
or
Ashland.
love. Lakota Bayya, thank you very much for being on the channel, man. I appreciate you.